What if I told you one of Hollywood's most powerful billionaires once slept in his car and was told he'd never make it? This is the true story of Tyler Perry, a man who didn't just survive failure, but turned rejection into a billion-dollar empire. Before the fame, the studios, and the success, Tyler Perry grew up in extreme poverty in New Orleans. His childhood was marked by years of physical and emotional abuse, trauma that followed him into school and everyday life. He struggled to focus, struggled to believe in himself, and eventually dropped out of high school. At that point, the future looked dark and uncertain. But something powerful happened. Writing became his escape. Tyler Perry began writing letters to himself as a form of therapy, pouring his pain, faith, and life lessons onto paper. Those letters slowly turned into stories. And those stories became stage plays. Writing gave him purpose when everything else felt broken. In the early 1990s, he bet everything on his dream. He spent his savings producing his first stage play, rented theaters, and believed this would be his breakthrough. Instead, it was a complete disaster. Audiences didn't show up. Critics ignored him. The show closed early. Tyler Perry lost nearly all his money. What followed were some of the darkest years of his life. He became broke, homeless, and at times lived out of his car. He struggled to eat. He had no steady income. And almost everyone around him told him to give up, that his dream was unrealistic. But Tyler Perry refused to quit. For nearly 10 years, he kept rewriting his plays, improving his storytelling, and focusing on something Hollywood often ignored: real people and real struggles. Faith, family, forgiveness, healing. Instead of chasing critics, he chose to connect with everyday audiences. That decision changed everything. Word of mouth spread. His stage plays began selling out. People finally saw their lives and stories reflected on stage. Tyler Perry had found his audience, and once he did, nothing could stop him. Then came the character that changed his life forever, Medea. Loud, funny, emotional, and brutally honest, Medea became a cultural phenomenon. Films like Diary of a Mad Black Woman and Medea's Family Reunion became massive box office hits. But here's what made Tyler Perry different. He didn't just act. He wrote, produced, and financed his own movies. Instead of depending on Hollywood studios, Tyler Perry focused on ownership. He built his own production company and later created Tyler Perry Studios, one of the largest film studios in the United States, built on a former military base. From homelessness to owning land once controlled by the government. Despite success, criticism followed. Some said his work was repetitive or controversial. Instead of quitting, Tyler Perry evolved, expanding into dramas, TV series, and major streaming partnerships. In 2020, Tyler Perry officially became a billionaire. Not from fame alone, but from ownership, consistency, faith, and resilience. His story proves this truth. Failure isn't the end. Rejection isn't permanent. And believing in yourself, even when no one else does, can change everything. Thanks for watching.